Well, in other news now, and despite a global outcry against Israel's operations in Rafah, Israeli tanks are mounting raids across Rafah city. The US President Joe Biden has, however, pledged Washington's ironclad commitment to Israel, saying Israel's latest incursions into Gaza have not crossed any red line. Israel sent its tanks into the heart of Rafah city for the first time on Tuesday, despite an order from the International Court of Justice to end its attack on the city. Wounded Palestinians were evacuated by ambulance teams from Rafah, where heavy fighting is underway.
We are receiving numerous calls for help from citizens from the areas of Tel al-Sultan as quadcopters targeted displaced citizens in the areas where they are staying to the safe areas. The difficulty for ambulances to reach the areas is great due to the targeting of the emergency teams. Yesterday, a car belonging to the civil defense was targeted.
And the WHO has issued a new warning against Israel's Rafah operation. The WHO says that the last hospital in Rafah could become non-functional and a substantial number of deaths are possible if Israel launches a full incursion into the southern Gazan city.
If the incursion would continue, we would lose the last hospital in Rafah. We will not be able to refer patients to the European Gaza hospital because that is beyond the so-called siege line, etc. So then the whole health sector, 1.9 people, they are dependent on a string of field hospitals along the coast, of which only a few are proper field hospitals.
Now, in a new report filed by The Guardian, the former head of Israel's foreign intelligence agency Mossad allegedly threatened a chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court in an attempt to thwart the court's investigations. The nation reportedly used its intelligence services to spy on, hack, put pressure on and smear, and allegedly threatened senior ICC staff members. Now, Israeli intelligence intercepted phone calls, messages, emails and documents to obtain communication of multiple officials, including Karim Khan and Fatou Bensouda, the prosecutor before him. Meanwhile, the US is firm on its position that Washington says that the latest deaths in Rafah, including the 45 civilians that have been killed in Sunday's strikes, will have no bearing on US policy towards Israel. And defining the US view of what would constitute a major offensive in Rafah, the White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby says it will involve large numbers of troops in some sort of coordinated maneuver against multiple targets on the ground. He says that will be a major operation and they have not seen that yet. Meanwhile, America's former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley's four-worded message on Israeli artillery shells has sparked outrage on social media. She signed her name with the message, "Finish them. America loves Israel." Haley visited the Nova Music Festival site in southern Israel, where Hamas militants staged an attack on October 7th. She continues to call on US government to provide military aid to Israel to support its war against Hamas, she says.
Those pictures, when I know that, when I understand that.
And for the very latest on Israel's offensive and America's reactions, our correspondent Jody Cohen sent us this report from Israel.
Israel has been accused of 2 strikes in 48 hours that have killed around 60 civilians. However, the Israel Defense Forces have denied the allegations, suggesting that they operate according to international law, target Hamas operatives and take steps to protect civilians. IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari said that a fire that killed 40 may have been caused by Hamas weapons and that allegations of a second strike that killed 20 did not involve Israel. Meanwhile, Algeria will present a draft UN Security Council resolution calling to stop the killing in Rafah. The Biden administration has said that Israel has a right to go after Hamas, called for Israel to better protect civilians, but also said that Hamas needs to stop hiding among civilians. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said they would reserve further judgment until the investigation is complete, but that Israel's operations have not crossed into a major offensive. This is Jody Cohen for WION World as One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.